Chat, how many of you play Nikke? The reason I ask, Nikke is my #1 favorite gacha game. It is a gacha game I've played more than any other gacha game. My account level is 474. This is my friend ID for any of you that want to go ahead and add me as a friend. I have incredible Nikke. I have Core 7, so many different characters. I literally have so many different characters. I have my own union. We started recently, it's level 5. I'm gonna go ahead and probably kick anyone that isn't active for 3 days. If you wanna go ahead and join. But I play this game more than any other gacha game. I've spent more money in this gacha game than any other gacha game out there. This is my game. But just because I love a game, just because it's my favorite game, doesn't mean I'm going to let stupid things they do prevent me from talking about it. With that in mind, there has been a little bit of frustration in the Nikke community. By a little bit of frustration. I mean, the community right now is in an absolute uproar. An uproar. ShiftUp is gonna need to explain themselves. So Nikke saw Black Beacon die because they did favoritism with Chinese. Quick shitty meme of what's currently happening. Chinese Nikke leaves global Nikke in the mud. Pay to win players. If you want China quality of life improvements, vote with your wallets. Level Infinite responded to my lowered review on Google Play because people are mass leaving 1-star reviews for Nikke. Let's see. Let's see the actual tweets that or the Reddit threads that have been made. The community right now. Okay, maybe we shouldn't go looking through that chat. Just stick to the ones that were left here. How's that? Okay, so Nikke just launched in China. Just launched in China. Lots of players were of the expectation that Chinese Nikke players were going to get an altered product that was probably much more heavily censored, and I believe that is the case. Don't quote me. I've seen some altered Chinese outfits and they definitely don't look nearly as good, but that is pretty much the only thing that Nikke players thought was gonna happen to the game. But the reality is Chinese Nikke apparently has a plethora of quality of life improvements that global Nikke does not have, and that is really upset players. With the launch of Chinese Nikke, the Chinese players receive many quality of life changes with the global version simply doesn't get. If you miss it, here's a short summary I took from another post. Loading times are significantly reduced, which everyone has been begging for. That's very true. Like, dude, it takes forever to load in Nikke. That's one of the things I hate about it the most. In China, the game launches in mere seconds, while globally it can take minutes. Tribe towers have auto progress. Dude, for real. Holy crap, dude, that is crazy. Molds don't have SRs, and failed molds build up to 100% SSR. Holy shit. The battle pass has 2 levels, one just for pulls, and then one for reason. Oh my god, that is crazy. Dude, that is crazy. Oh my god. Multiple characters have their kits buffed, according to Sefi. Sefi, that's the guy that did that Nikke video on me, where he misinterpreted the jokes I made, but we're perfectly fine now. We explained it all through DMs, we talked it out, but I do remember him. But apparently multiple characters for China have been buffed. They're actually individually altering some of the characters for China. That's wild. You can now level up 5 characters at once until you're over the 160 wall. Shops have been updated with better resources and characters are available in other shops. Oh my god, that's wild. Jesus. I think that it is time. We need to cause backlash for not giving us a quality of life update as well, since it's already unfair treatment. These quality of life we've been begging for since release is only available for China. Please, fellow comrades, show your displeasure, make posts, make comments, or upvote other posts addressing the issue. You're not limited to Reddit. We should receive fair treatment. I do not blame the China bros personally. It's all ShiftUp or Tencent. At 1,700 votes, 298 comments. What's this at? 2,600 likes. 3,600 likes. Oh my god. That is insane. Before we go any further, I do want to take a moment here to thank all of my incredible patrons over on Patreon and my YouTube channel members who allow for me to continue to do dedicated videos like this every single day. You guys are absolutely phenomenal, and I genuinely cannot thank you all enough for the support. So yeah, China is definitely not to blame for this. Definitely not to blame for this. Like, the Chinese players, they probably had no idea any of this was actually coming. This is specifically the developers and the publishers. They made this choice. They made this active decision to do this. Now, I love ShiftUp. ShiftUp have paid me tens of thousands of dollars for sponsored Nikke videos, and I've spent every cent of that reinvesting it into Nikke to pull for all the characters, because I'm a bit of a whale in Nikke. But I can say with 100% certainty, this is very unfair. If y'all remember, Black Beacon did something similar. They released in China, and when they did, China got additional polls. China got a free 5-star selector. Global players had a middle finger. That was it. A middle freaking finger. Chinese players got everything. Global players got nothing. Global players are treated as second-class citizens. Global players have been wanting a lot of these quality of life implemented into the game for as long as I can remember. The Chinese version gets it. We don't. They do. Now, I will note here real quick, before we jump to conclusions and start saying Nikke EOS, you know, Nikke worst gacha, worst devs, blah, blah. This implementation of these quality of life features may in fact be implemented in the next major update for global, or an update for global down the line. They may have already planned for these in advance, and they just haven't vocally expressed their interest in doing so. So I want to give them the benefit of the doubt here, because they've pretty much done nothing but good things since they released. And I don't want to just throw them here under a bus and just claim dead game, but it does not look good. It does not look good at all. I don't support China getting advantages here. And once again, this is just showing favoritism at present, but just because they're showing favoritism and just because I don't agree with it, just because a lot of us are upset with it, doesn't mean that they're just gonna, you know, fuck us over, at least not in the long term. Hope ShiftUp listens to the complaints and gives us some quality of life updates as well. 100%. We need it. We absolutely 100% need it, because if we don't, China is gonna have every single advantage over us permanently. And that is terrible for the economy of their game. Has all the quality of life changes been asking for 2 years. Wait, there are updates, chat. There are updates to this. China has an animated solo raid frames as well. It's apparently not loading. Update 2, the synchro machine, which is how you synchronize the levels of all of your different characters, no longer has a 4-hour cooldown to add the new characters for real, because when you'd remove them, you'd have to wait 4 hours before you could refill that slot. So they added it, they removed it, they added it, they removed it. Oh, dude, that's unfair. That's really unfair. That sucks, dude. Update 3, resetting unit levels no longer costs gems. This is only useful. I mean, yeah, it's only useful for new players, but there are a lot of new players getting into the game every single day. So it's just free resets. Damn, that's fucked up. No, for real, that is actually messed up. God damn, that is 100%, the synchro machine is 100% going to provide them a significant advantage, because you can, especially for free players, right? If you're a free player and you have limited slots for your synchro machine, and you need to have a specific team comp for specific content, and you need to remove a character to level up another character so your team comp can actually complete said content. In global, you have to wait 4 hours before you can do that. In China, you can just do it on the fly immediately. That sucks, dude, for global players. That is shit. That is really unfair. Update 4. The Chinese version has a censorship bypass that lets characters have the same designs as the global. So, wait, it's ultimately not even censored. So they just have a better version overall. Like a genuinely better version overall. In every capacity. Holy shit. Dude, I can't believe it. They literally have a better version. Like, it's just genuinely an upgraded version. Wow, this is really freaking bad. Holy crap. There's no excuse they can make for not implementing these changes. Yeah, these should have been implemented. Like, look, once again, I will give them the benefit of the doubt here. If they release these changes in the next version of the game, then probably what happened was they had these changes ready, and they implemented them in this live version of the Chinese release, and then they decided they were going to probably release it in the next version of Nikke. And you know, it's not going to be necessarily aligned, but I mean, that's a possibility. But what the reality is probably going to be is they decided to give China all of these advantages, and global were just like, or they were like, global's gonna be perfectly fine with it. Don't worry, it's okay. And then, you know, global was evidently not okay with it. And now there's gonna be significant backlash. Everyone's gonna be talking about it. And then global is going to have to either half-ass it and then implement it in the next version, or they're just gonna have to say, you know what, we heard your frustration. Eventually, at one point in the future, you will also get these. Or they'll do what Info does with Infinity Nikke and just not address it at all. I'm very curious to see how this unfolds, because Nikke is my favorite game. But we need all of these because it is entirely unfair. It's a disgusting show of favoritism. And the worst part, ShiftUp is Korean. I don't even know why ShiftUp would be favoring Chinese players, dude. That's wild. They could be treating China as a beta test for launching the global. I mean, that's also true, yeah. God damn. I want to see the Korean players' reaction to all this. So do I. They aren't even doing this for Korean players. Yeah, only Chinese players get this advantage. Not even Korean players, even though this is a Korean game, get this. We should never have gotten to this point. The fact that this disparity exists is disappointing. I swear people over the past 24 hours have just turned their brain off and forgot how ShiftUp listens to feedback. I genuinely hope, yeah, ShiftUp are great for the most part. Exactly. So I'm hoping here that they either hear the issues of the community and address it publicly and then implement these changes for us too very quickly, or they already have this in mind and they just forgot to mention it. That is my hope. Level Infinite responded to my lowered review on Google Play. So what do we take from this, fellow commanders? So he left a review saying, lowered the score until we get the same quality of life the Chinese version is getting, because why the hell are they getting everything we've been asking for the past 2.5 years? Ridiculous. Level Infinite officially responded. Okay. We know how you feel. Optimization progress may vary across different versions. We acknowledge the inconvenience caused by certain features not being available in global, Hong Kong, Macau, Taiwan versions. Rest assured, our dev team works to listen to feedback and continues to optimize features to improve the overall gaming experience. At the very least, they are aware. We acknowledge, so at least they know people are pissed. They know people are pissed, but they're like, don't, you know what? We'd listen. We do. We'd listen. As they walk out the room. Oh, man. Okay. This is a non-response response. This is probably them sitting in the room going, oh shit, they figured it out, fuck! Why not even do it simultaneously? These guys aren't new. I don't know. It's ridiculous. God damn. That is insane. I'm gonna go ahead though and take a picture of this. And I gotta make a tweet, chat. You know how this goes. We make tweets addressing this to make sure people know what is going on. There we go, chat. Let's make sure that this hits as many people as possible, okay? Here, go ahead, like that tweet, retweet that tweet, leave a comment, okay, chat? Leave a comment saying, just say this. This is bullshit. BS. Tag Nikke? No, we don't need to tag Nikke. They'll see this. They will 100% see this. Don't worry, chat. Say this is BS or don't support this. Just leave a comment, spread it, like it, retweet it. All right? Let's make sure this gets trending so more people see it. The more people see this, the better. I know you think that you just hit the end of the video, and technically, yeah, you have. And I know your first reaction is to close out of it at this juncture, but don't. No, instead, I urge you to take a moment here and click one of the videos on screen that are coming up in just a moment so you remain up to date with everything going on in the gacha genre. Trust me, you're not going to regret doing so. Stay flaccid.